Today I'm here to answer some community questions. Yeah, so discard is a demon mechanic. It's an archetype. It's a way to play Arcane Rush, and it turns out that it's one of the more difficult mechanics to learn. So the most important thing to understand about discard is that in order to discard something, you need two things. One is a card in hand that can be discarded, and two is another card with a discard ability. So discard abilities are typically triggered on play or at the end of your turn. So, for example, I think there's a card which reads play, discard a unit to get a demon. So when I play that card from my hand, if I have another card in my hand, then that card will be discarded and I'll get a new demon. Crucially, if I don't have a card in my hand to be discarded, then when I play my Demonologist, its playability and its discardability will not trigger and nothing will happen. Yeah, so card balance in any card game is always difficult. It's never going to be perfect, and nor do we want it to be perfect, right? That would be boring. We very strongly believe that being the first player to discover a super broken interaction and steamrolling your opponents and so on is the most fun that can be had in any card game, and we wouldn't want to change that. Having said that, of course, we do want to be moving towards a more balanced state over time, and there's a few different ways to go about that. Like, what we don't want is to be making really safe incremental changes gradually over a long period of time in the hopes that that kind of brings us to a perfect equilibrium. That just doesn't sound very exciting, right? So for example, most recently we did an update where dragons received a slew of buffs, like 10 dragon cards got massive buffs all in one update. And when I read that as a player, it gets me excited. I want to log in and play some dragons and see if I can finally beat dwarves with a dragon comp, right? So for example, if we took all of those buffs to dragons and distributed them across time and across 5 different updates, it would be much less exciting. The balance would be the same, but there would be no hype, right? Players wouldn't be excited to try dragons if we were just buffing a handful of cards every now and again. So yeah, I think that's kind of the direction that we're aiming towards. Yeah, this is a good question, common question. In short, you're playing against real players, but instead of battling it out in real time, what's happening is our server is matching you against teams from other players' completed runs. So similarly, when you finish your run, your team's data will be saved on our server, and that will make it available for other players to fight against even while you're offline. And it's this asynchronous matchmaking which allows you to pause and resume matches at your own convenience and so on. So asynchronous matchmaking represents a trade-off. We're trading real-time interaction for more flexibility, a more adaptable gameplay experience. But yeah, rest assured, every run in Arcane Rush is against real players, not bots. So our main goal with the dealer system is to ensure that when we release a new dealer, it serves as a fresh start, a fresh and exciting new start for all players. And a large part of this is achieved by basically giving each dealer completely independent progression systems. So what that means in practice is that, for example, when Season 2 drops and everybody gets their hands on the new dealer, he's going to be level 1. So most of his races are going to be locked still. All of his cards are going to be level 1. And it will be like that for all players. So it's really going to be a fresh start, a level playing field. The one exception to that rule is relics, which will be shared across dealers. So even matchmaking will be separate. So when you're playing with the new dealer, you won't encounter other players who are using Fiddle in matchmaking, for example. The clan system is a little bit basic right now. But it's the foundation for all of our clan-based game modes and features moving forward. So we thought we felt that it was important to get it in the game early, at least to show the intention, the direction that we're heading, because we do believe that card games are inherently social in nature. You're supposed to sit across the table from your opponent. There should be banter and trash talk and whatnot. And card games in the digital space especially have just not delivered on that promise. And this is something we're hoping to change. For example, one of the features we're most excited about for Arcane Rush is Clan Wars. And yeah, this is not a straightforward system. It's going to take some time, so please hang in there. But yeah, awesome new clan stuff is coming your way. Don't worry. So the new season will introduce a new dealer, a new race, new heroes, a ton of new cards for existing races, just like a huge amount of content overall. No, your progress is not going to be reset. You're going to keep all the resources you've earned throughout the first season, and you'll even be able to continue playing with Fiddle if you prefer her to the new dealer. Okay guys, so that's a wrap for our first community Q&A session. It's been fun. We hope you enjoyed it, and let us know what you think. If you have any suggestions for how we can improve this kind of content in the future, let us know in Discord. Hopefully don't flame me too badly. And yeah, good luck in Arcane Rush. See you guys out there.